Hi everyone, so let's kick into the astrology update. If you saw last week's reading, I didn't end it on the 12th or 13th. I said about the 15th, so I'd done it, I believe, from the 6th until the 15th. But if you looked at the astrology, I said it was actually probably all the way until into the weekend, the later week, even possibly up to like 2 days before Pisces season, because even the major movement that I'm going to mention, there's not much happening this week, but Thursday. And I was wondering whether to do an update because the major movement will be as we kick into Pisces season, which I will touch base on. But I also felt it was important to mention which is not a major transit, how you might have been feeling on Sunday and Monday, because it was actually a lot stronger than what some of us might have felt Monday and Sunday and Monday, a bit of our dark shadow, unhealed, maybe just feeling a bit down in the dumps. And so that's why I felt I'll do this reading. So firstly, I hope you've all seen your Feb readings, and if you liked them, give them a like, comment, let me know. I'm dropping the energy check-ins, so we're halfway there, and within the next 2-3 days, I think everyone's should be recorded and uploaded. I know that a lot of tarot readers record multiple ahead of time, but I tend to try and go as the energy shifts. And that's why I did the Feb readings, and then I did the elemental readings with specific messages for your signs and card pull individually at the end of that. I'm going to do that again. So in this one, I'm going to give the elements themes that they might feel this week. And then I will do separate elementals, how I normally do, where I give you an affirmation as well and some soul guidance. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, do check those out and check the shorts out that I post. If you want a personal reading, you can always contact me on my email, or there's my website, which is more on coaching. The services I do as well are listed or will be listed on the community page just for easy reference. And there's a Pisces new moon, so if you're interested in light work and manifestation work, then that is something I do as well. The tarot readings can go from one card pull of like yes or no, or a card pull, all the way to tarot readings maybe on specific messages, or you want some guidance, and whether it's your soul purpose as well, natal readings, life coaching around transitioning out of a certain chapter in your life, maybe on your soul purpose. So that being said, I'm just going to kick in because there's a lot that I can say on the services I provide. So I did mention that, like I said, the last astrology weekly is good enough more or less until sort of the 18th if we start Pisces season. But let's just go into Sunday that's just passed. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope you had a great day. Whether you celebrate, you don't celebrate, whether you are single, partnered up, even if you're single, you can celebrate yourself. So I hope everyone is great. I know that it can cause some triggers. It can also cause some traumas, unhealed trauma to pop up. So there's going to be, I think, a very mixed vibration. I'll jump into Valentine's and also mainly the Wednesday the 15th as well. Now going back to Sunday and Monday, Sunday and Monday, we would have seen that the moon was actually in Scorpio. And I actually felt it. So Saturday, if you remember my weekly astrology, I said Saturday the 11th, check how you feel on that day. And it was because Mercury moves into Aquarius. And it was a really nice, I believe for most of us, the energy, you should have felt an energy shift. I did not feel the energy continue in Sunday and Monday. I felt very different. And so I decided to look where the moon was because I knew that there wasn't major movement. Like this week, there isn't major movement until like the 18th. And so on Sunday, the moon moved into Scorpio, which is transformative. And sometimes it's obviously what we know is a time to let go of what no longer serves us. So whatever you're feeling would have been intense. So self-care practice was necessary, and avoid reacting and trying to manage your emotions. That also continued into Monday. So if you did feel that, that is why. And on Monday also, it's moved into, it formed like a frustrating square to Saturn in Aquarius. So you might have had feelings of self-doubt, insecurities being triggered, weather the storm, and we just needed to weather the storm into today, Valentine's Day. Now, I still believe with Valentine's Day, although that the sun moves into the moon moves into Sagittarius, so we should feel a different shift again. I think with it being Valentine's Day, there is still an element of, in the early day, you're going to feel that shift, and you're going to feel the sun is back, and probably your mood is improved, and you'll have a more optimistic view of your life. Now, there is a caveat here. So the moon trines Jupiter as well today, and the day should go well and be very optimistic and upbeat. In the evening hours, the moon opposes feisty Mars, and those of us that are quite sensitive might feel like, okay, I'm not as upbeat as I was earlier today. Now, it depends. If you're on a date with someone you've been crushing, etc., you're going to be on a high vibe anyway. So if you feel a bit of a, you've been great during the day, but you've been a bit low, or even if you feel like, okay, I feel a bit better than yesterday, but I'm not fully my upbeat self like how I was, or how I am normally optimistic. So that's that. Now, Wednesday, which is the 15th, it's interesting because we've got Venus and Neptune meet in Pisces, which is really, I feel, more of a stronger romantic energy than the 14th. It's a romantic, starry-eyed conjunction that brings heightened emotions, romance, creativity, and compassion. You might dream of the past because of Pisces and Neptune there, and even present or even future love in your sleep, as it favors spiritual soulmate connections. So that is something to look out for tomorrow. But it's a wonderful time to dream big. Watch your dreams. Psychic senses should be heightened, so you might feel and sense things a bit more, especially particularly around the heart matters. It's a beautiful time to show you care. And it's funny because the past, when I've felt Sunday and Monday, I felt I've really needed my amethyst, which connects to your heart chakra. So that really is, but tomorrow might feel even a bit better in terms of love, and you never know, you might still get, a surprise date or gesture today, or maybe the Page of Swords runs into your DMs and someone expresses their love or crush for you, or someone in your life does something very special that you wasn't expecting, or you're single and you decide to recognize yourself and give yourself some self-love, because that is the abundant form of love. So when Venus conjuncts Neptune in Pisces, the Sun also conjoins Saturn in Aquarius. And like I said, this is the ultimate high of romance, and it's an excellent time to connect with your partner in every sense of the word, or connect with who you're dating, etc. Now, if we go on to Thursday, two things here. The things that I'm mentioning are not major energy shifts. Some of us might not even feel anything at all, but it's just giving you an idea and really going through the week. So we've got the Sun conjoins Saturn, and it's a time for like a return to reality and focus on the tasks that need completion. This aspect also favors promotions, career advancement. So that's really good. A Thursday could be a really good day if you've been waiting to hear back in terms of career or news around jobs, etc. On Thursday as well, what I noted is that Pallas Athena goes direct in Cancer, and Pallas Athena is very feminine, okay, and it addresses particular situations in terms of how you handle people and yourself in order to pass the test of what the universe will test you with. So, for example, I'm just giving you probably the easiest example is that, you know, you've been single for a while, or you've been with a partner for a while, but you feel the partner's been giving you breadcrumbs, and it's continuing, and your test there is, are you staying or are you going because you're getting nudges? Or if you're single, somebody comes in and you've been single for a while and you're like, I actually like this attention, but then there's red flags all over the place, and it's kind of like, I really liked having this connection with someone again. Why are these red flags? Why is this type of person coming towards me? Now what do I do? Do I continue to be patient? And you start questioning maybe your worth and stuff. And that's where I felt Sunday and Monday was a bit of a thing for some of us might have felt. So it might also mean that you decide that actually there are family members that are my family members, but they're toxic to me. And I see how that has been making an impact on me. And so you might decide that you might want to cut those family members out. And I say family members because it's the hardest thing for us to do. It could be friends, it could be work colleagues, it could be anyone. It could be the snake in the tea room at workplace where you're like, I'm not, you know, I see this person clearly. I am no longer even engaging in terms of so-and-so did this, or just petty talk with them just to flow. I'll say good morning and I'm done. So it's looking at healthy relationships, keeping anything unhealthy distant, and taking care of yourself. Now, then there's a build-up towards Saturday, but let's talk about Friday. Friday is a perfect time for negotiations and transactions as this aspect of favorable business matters. The aspect is Mercury sextile Jupiter. So there's expansion there for business matters, negotiations, transactions, and the expansion of Jupiter supports that. Now, the weekend, like I said, build up to Saturday, looking at Pallas Athena building up to Saturday. By Saturday, you will have the realizations that you started feeling on Thursday, and you will have that build up and things will start to be happening. You might take those decisions. Now, Friday, we've got, like I said, Mercury sextile Jupiter, but we've also got Mercury in Aquarius sextile Jupiter. So it's kind of like, what's next? What have I learned? And big forward thinking, future energy, you know, is this doing it for me? Am I ready to cut it out? No more of how to, like, it's no more of ignoring what's not working and just going with the flow. It's kind of like, it's time now. I've learned it. I see it. I need to action. And also some of us might be still battling some shadow triggers, trauma. Are you done with that, or are you still doing the work? So you need to see where you are. When we hit the weekend, Saturday, Mercury forms an optimistic sextile with Jupiter. It is an auspicious time to look at the big picture, make plans for the future. So you can see how the energies, whether it's Pallas Athena, whether it's Mercury sextile Jupiter, are leading to the sort of the same conclusions in different avenues in your life. Venus sextile Pluto in Capricorn also is happening in the weekend, and that is an ideal time to look at your relationships, continue to look at them, but it's not just about inventory, it's about taking the action that's needed. How are your emotions and behaviors influencing your relationship as well? It's from your side as well. What do you need to do to improve them? Although emotional experiences may be felt, you will find they can be transformational. So that's really the week, but also by the 18th, we know that we have the sun going into Pisces, so moving out of Aquarius and moving into Pisces. And this is really the last of the zodiac cycle. So it's kind of like you should, what the thought around it, I don't like to say you should, because we're all on our timeline, but what it helps is now I have a clear vision, and I'm ready for the new. The lessons are clear, you know, Thursday leading up to the weekend, but also the whole year. The lessons are clear, and I'm getting ready for Aries season. Obviously, Pisces is a water sign, okay, and we're ending sort of like the winter colder months, and we're heading into spring of the rebirth, the new, the wholeness, the oneness. And the supermoon in Pisces itself is going to be, I think it's going to be quite strong, given it's the end of the cycle, and not only is it a moon in Pisces, but you know, it's the end of the zodiac before not only ending the winter colder months, we're kicking into Aries, which is total rebirth. So some of us might want to look at the past 12 months. Maybe some of us do goals during this time. There might still be old stuff that you need to carry forward, but ideally, if you've had time and you see something clearly, it's time to get just action on that. So you might also want to, if you're called to meditate, I would do that, because Pisces will help you go into a deeper state. Some of us might have more epiphanies during our dreams. I think there will be some people who do sort of transcendental travel and sort of have deep, muddled dreams, because dreams can be muddled, but they're actually, some of them are going to be signs or epiphanies. And I will talk about that later, but obviously I want to give you the sort of what is coming up. Some of us are, you know, there's going to be triggers, and it could be that around people that maybe are in your life that are not on the same level or vibe as you. Now that could be yourself that's still at a level of vibing, of trying to get through. It could be anything that's been very hard on you, and that's keeping you down. Or it could be the people that are coming into your life, that could be universal tests that are not aligned with you, that you're entertaining or you're within a relationship, that are keeping you from going to the next level, if you like to say, because I don't always like to say are a lower vibe and dragging your vibe down, but in essence, if that makes it clearer for you, it could be similar to that. That's the meaning of it. Now, with that being said, I did want to just touch base on, I'm not going to pull cards because I'm going to do elemental readings, but I did want to actually, I'd also say with the Pisces season is just be careful of, on the 20th with the new moon, of the boundaries that tend to be a bit blurry under the influence of Pisces. So just be careful of that. And then on Feb 20th as well, which is when the new moon is, Venus enters Aries. So it's kind of like, okay, things are about to get hot and steamy. the planet of love shifts into the fire sign Aries, which means passion, a theme within a relationship. It could mean that, you know, you are getting a bit hot and wild feeling, but I will do an update on that energy for that week as well. So they're the main themes that I would look at for you. Now, water, what I was getting is your confidence seems to waver, okay? And I think I'd say this for a few of us. And obviously when I say water, it's anywhere in your chart right now. It could be anywhere in your chart. So confidence wavers, is there some sort of self-sabotaging or deceptive energy there? And I would just look at that. So you're manifesting something, but then you pull back and you stress and you're thinking about the details as opposed to flowing and just continuing to move forward. So just watch that and be, you know, sort of pay a bit of attention to it, because that might be the theme that you're feeling. Now with fire, there's kind of a bit of unhealed territory here. And it could be that, like I said, you're single, you're looking for love, you're attracting certain people, and you're like, why am I attracting these people all the time? And it could be universal tests. So just be aware of that. Don't fall into lowering your vibe and lowering your self-worth, settling for less, and just getting attached to connections. And it could even be family members. It could be your family where they're not treating you right, where maybe you're overgiving, or maybe you're on your soul trajectory and they cannot see what you're doing, and that is bringing you down. Some of you, like I said, there's someone you need to let go of, or there's an environment, or there's relationships that could be toxic around you. And it's really about, if you're seeing that, are you going to take action? Because action needs to be taken, and you need to see why you're accepting it, of this person, the idea of the person. What is the unhealed trauma behind it? And I know it's annoying and it can be very difficult, because it's kind of like I try, and I'm not getting anywhere. But after this, your outcome will be the 10 of Cups. So just look at that. And some of you, I'm feeling that there is something around and so these feelings are probably making you question your self-worth, which might also be upsetting you or pulling you back and forth in energies. There might be some unhealed trauma around a feminine figure. So it could be a family member, it could be an aunt, it could be a mother, it could be anything. So I would just watch that as well. Now for Earth, there's some kind of scared or fear, and making an escape and moving towards something that you know you need to. So are you stuck in, again, relationships, jobs that are not serving you? It could be a move, a home, friends, and just really look at that and see if, should you be scared? Why are you anticipating so much? And also boundaries for people that are probably that you need to let go of for where you need to head, but you're not ready to make that decision. So at least have boundaries for yourself. No more overgiving if you've been overgiven, or boundaries not to allow them into your circle as much. Air signs, I was feeling this, and I feel it's across the other elements as well. So those of you that have air sign placements, and if you don't, you might resonate with this, because it was more about what is more important to me. Do I know? Can I make the decision? Is it more important the idea of this person? Is it that I'm comfortable? That's more important. Is that what's keeping me thinking it's important, or am I more important? Can you see the themes across all the elementals? They kind of tie in with the themes that I was discussing that I feel we're going to feel within the week that might come up. And the week is not major energy shifts, like I said, until like the 18th, where there should be more of a shift. So it's really about, the way I can put it is, for example, you're not going to find a possum hanging out with a jaguar. You're the jaguar. So what do you want to do? Do you want to hang out with possums? Or are you recognizing you're the jaguar and you're going to hang out with jaguars? Two animals that randomly came to my mind. A jaguar might be significant to any element, any placement. What a beautiful animal it is as well. Actually, I'm going to pull us the spirit animal card to close this. Let me know if you liked this. And obviously check out your other readings, and I will dive into more elemental readings later. I just wanted to give this astrological update and always refer back to it. That's what sometimes I like to do. That's when I dived into Sunday and Monday. I was like, what is this energy? And I decided when I noticed the moon was in Scorpio, I was like, okay, puffin, partnership. Accept yourself and your colourful personality. This is also representing what I've been saying, recognizing ourselves, being seen for who we are, embracing yourself. If you're not seen by others for who you are, which can be hurtful, by the way, embrace yourself. So accept yourself, your colourful personality, feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. And this really goes with Aquarius season. And also when Pluto moves into Aquarius, all about community. And if you got my last short and astrological, I was like, it's not about quantity. It's not about quality, it's about quantity with Aquarius. It's about branching out, network, and here we go, it's representing it. And it's also representing our self-worth here. So puffin, partnership, just get a closer look. And I hope everyone's having an amazing day, and I hope you all feel loved, and I will catch you in your readings. Do check them out. And in our next reading, I think I have a live premiere coming up about the moon signs in, the elements. So your signs in your moon. So about your moon sign. It's very straight to the point. I like things to keep things simple so that we can just always revert back at any point in time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.